Alright, 60-second summary for the new Archaludon EX deck that only does 220 damage, but it accelerates 2 energy into play, which is great, and if it survives a big hit, then it's one of the strongest attackers in the entire game. While Archaludon EX on its own is kinda disappointing, topping out at just 220 damage for 3 energy, the combo with Relicanth and Duraludon makes it playable. Relicanth allows you to copy Duraludon's Raging Hammer, which does 80 base damage plus 10 more for each damage counter on Archaludon. So tank a hit, then deal 300 plus damage and get a KO. Or go the survival route and use Turo Scenario and Scoop Up Cyclone. I honestly built way too many decks for Archaludon, many of which you can find in the description. A lot of them were based off of Japanese lists I saw, and you can tell live isn't available there because none of them ran Squawkabilly. Why is that worth mentioning? Well, in my first 5 games with Archaludon, I bricked and wished I'd had Squawkabilly in all of them. Ultimately, Archaludon has a decent enough win rate against B-tier decks, but I found a lot of victories came down to whether or not I flipped heads on Pokemon Catcher. Not because 300 hit points is great and Raging Hammer is some crazy powerful attack. Still, Archaludon's one of the better new decks from Surging Sparks. It's just unfortunate that there doesn't appear to be a singular good list, and you instead have to hope the version you chose matches up well against your opponent's deck. Like, see, my opponent's having a tough time. This is Hydreigon versus Archaludon. Who's gonna win? And of course, I'm playing the Luxray build. Every time I play a Luxray deck, I have never started the actual Luxray. I've done this a million times. I never start the Luxray. That's why I didn't... Hey, we got a shout out from Senior Doom 2 days ago. That's nice. So that's why I never talked about the Luxray that highly, is because it doesn't matter. I never start the damn thing. It just never happens. Like, I can try my damnedest. It'll never happen. Game 1 sees us going up against the Hydreigon deck. This is a terribly unplayable hand. Do I have a Squawkabilly in this version of the deck? I do not. So I wish I had a Squawkabilly. This happens literally every single time I play Duraludon. I get an unplayable starting hand and I'm like, wow, I really just wish that I had a Squawkabilly and we could just go get the Squawkabilly, but no, we're Greninja-ing it up here. They do need kind of a good start because they didn't attach an energy right away, so they do need kind of some things. Oh, good God. I hate this deck so much. Okay, we just go for Duraludon. We're playing the Luxray build. I mean, no. I would like to put it into my hand. Okay, well, that's cool. I would have liked to have put it into my hand, but I can't do it. Okay, so do I guess I bosses the Lumineon and just hammer in. But this is, this is like decks number 2 and 3 or 3 and 4, the best new decks from Surging Sparks, which are Hydreigon and Archaludon. You're really seeing the lack of power of Surging Sparks when these, like number 1 is Ceruledge. I might honestly put a Azumarill ahead of some of these, because Azumarill is, somewhat consistent, and you don't give up 2 prizes while you're waiting to set up. But Hydreigon versus Archaludon, these are like 2 of the top decks from Surging Sparks, and that's why everyone is saying that Surging Sparks is so disappointing. It is a fun set. There's a lot of fun cards. Tatsugiri EX, I'll play that and have a terrible fun time. Scovillain EX, that might be tomorrow's deck. That's very fun. It's not good, but it's fun. And what I basically just had to do was bring up the Lumineon to try and stall for a turn. The thing that I like is that you play 3 or 4 Night Stretchers in every Archaludon list. So they grabbed a counter gain. They're waiting for me to knock out the Lumineon. That's okay. I don't need a freaking boss's orders. Oh God, please. Like, this is not a fluke. This is not out of the norm. This is everything that happens when you're playing this deck. Oh my God. And Geronimo, I did test Hydreigon for a couple games, was severely disappointed. I got absolutely destroyed by Gardevoir. Gardevoir has been destroying a lot of the new decks that I've been playing, and we've already lost the game. They're just gonna go Rare Candy, Hydreigon Energy. Oh, they don't have it. Okay. Thank you. That's perfect. I just need a playable card. Just a playable card would be great. Thank you. It's a playable card. It's not a card that I want to see right now, but it's a playable card. We can actually win the game now. You know, just two titans of Pokemon. Okay, we got it. That's GG. So then we go... I don't really need to do anything. I would like to have an energy. And of course, the Luxray just becomes completely a dead card if you don't start it. Love that. You went on a 7-game win streak. I hope when I play Hydreigon, I have some good luck because I'm going to need it. All right, I think we go Ultra Ball away, the Luxray and the Iono. Go get another Archaludon just to have it. Just so we don't accidentally PokéStop it, because that's, of course, what would happen. And then we're just looking for Night Stretch. Okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. Nest Ball for the other Duraludon. The thing is, they're not going to be knocking out my Archaludon in the active, so I don't need Fezandipiti. Okay, perfect. Okay, things are working now. What the hell is this? Okay, I think we go Night Stretcher for the energy, and then we Radiant Greninja the energy. Because we're totally fine on Pokemon right now. Okay, all right. So we don't really need to use our Night Stretchers on our Pokemon, because we're fine. And they're going to have to use math to win this game. This is one of the really nice things that sort of put Archaludon in maybe the second spot. Is that if you don't take a knockout on my Archaludon and you do 200 damage, which is what Hydreigon's going to do, then I'm doing 280 damage with Raging Hammer. That's not good in this matchup because they have 330 hit points. And Trondro, I can never ignore you, Trondro, no matter how much I try. You'll always find a way to get a rise out of me. But they're just going to go... Oh, they got Pidgeot. Okay, so they're going to have a very good turn here. They can't take a KO. They could knock out Duraludon, Relicanth, and Radiant Greninja if they wanted to use Obsidian, which they can do, because they could go Counter Gain on the Hydreigon, and then Neo Upper on the Hydreigon, take a triple KO. But I feel like they're just going to try and mill me. Because I have to two-shot them. They're two-shotting me. I've only taken a singular prize card. They got their Pidgeot. They got their Fezandipiti. They're doing pretty well right now. But I think what I do is if they hit into me for 200 on the Archaludon, I bosses the Pidgeot. Oh. Okay, I was not expecting that. I'm assuming they have it. Okay, we got the Crispin. They're going to be attaching something and doing something. Okay, they're going to Ultra Ball, finally. They're taking a little bit of time to get there. I would have probably kept the Counter Gain. Obviously, I don't know the rest of their hand. But I think you keep the Counter Gain unless they're... like, what would they be playing as their A-Spec other than Sparkling Crystal or Neo Upper Energy? And the answer is I have no idea. But it looks like they're just going to go for a Crashing Headbutt. So the question is, do I go for Pidgeot or do I go for Fezandipiti? And I think the answer is Pidgeot, because we have a knockout on the Pidgeot. Fezandipiti doesn't guarantee them the card they need every turn. I can one-shot Pidgeot, Fezandipiti, and Lumineon. I can't one-shot Hydreigon. Okay, they got it. Yeah, they got it. Okay. So they can go for Radiant Greninja, Relicanth, and Duraludon, which is actually totally okay with me. But I think they might go for Archaludon, Duraludon. Or... oh, what? You have to hit the active. Okay. Okay, that was terrible, Trondro. I am not Moodang. Okay? So I should have saved those Night Stretchers, but we should be okay, because I can just... Alright, well, we got a Fezandipiti. They can use Obsidian again, but if they use Obsidian again, then I can knock them out with Raging Hammer. We just have to get a little lucky here. But I do have to be a little... I have to be a little cognizant of my deck size. Alright, so we're 100% we're bossing ordering. We're gonna get rid of that Fezandipiti. And then I think we go Ultra Ball away the Luxray and the Judge. Get the Archaludon. We only have one energy though, so let's tracking shoes. No. Okay, we got balls in our hands. So they can knock out my Archaludon. But I think that's okay. But they're gonna mill 3 cards. All right, so let's Pokégear, see if we can get something. That's a research. Yeah, I mean, my deck is mostly items. And stupid, that's even worse than the original joke. Okay, we got Catcher. That's really good. I think I need to try and find a bosses. I don't... Oh, man. I do also kind of need the Iono. We have 2 energy. I have a Night Stretcher. Okay, so I think what I do is I accelerate 2 to the other Archaludon. Okay, we're going to put 2 on this one. I'm believing in the heart of the cards, okay? That's what we're doing here. Sometimes you got to believe in the heart of the cards. If they go for another Obsidian, then we're in there. If they go for a 200 damage attack, that's bad. So maybe that was a misplay. But, like, eventually they're going to have to bench another Dino. And that puts me back on even prizes if I can knock that out. The problem is I had to use my Pal Pad really early. And we're kind of low on, you know, the old Gust cards, which is what we're going to need to win the game. And Crunchy Salt Time? No, it's the Archaludon. That's the arches. You know, you know how McDonald's is the golden arches? These are the silver arches or the platinum arches. Or we're bridging the gap between good decks today. But Stuben, how are you doing? Are you enjoying Surging Sparks? Did you watch Trust Your Pilot's latest video that everyone agreed was perfect? I was honestly shocked when I woke up this morning with my toes in my mouth. I didn't think I was that flexible in my old age. But what I also was shocked by, that's fine, is the fact that there was 167 comments on the new video. I have never had a video get that many comments in 12 hours. And it was also funny because it was kind of split down the middle of people, you know, agreeing with me and disagreeing with me. I think empirically, I think the update made PTCGL worse. When they fully get rid of coins, and I guess they give us crystal rewards at the end of every battle, then it gets better. But I think empirically, mathematically, unbiasedly, I think I showed that it's worse. But you're free to disagree. I made a playlist of all of the videos I've made since Live came out 3 years ago of me complaining about Live. There's literally 20 videos in there. That is how much I've complained about Live. You know, and it's all warranted, okay? They used Obsidian! Oh, they're so dumb! I'm a genius. They have no idea what they've done. They've activated my trap card. Wait, 340? Yes, that's math. So I think if you're the Hydreigon player, you 100% don't do that. Because you know that I'm just a Night Stretcher away. But maybe they were hoping, oh, you know, I Iono'd them. Pilot's not going to get it. PTCGL hates Pilot. I guess I want to get rid of the PokéStop. No, because there's a Pokemon catcher in the deck. Uh-oh. Okay, so we have to hold on to this energy. We can't get rid of this energy. Because I don't know which Archaludon. No, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I don't need to... Prepping for the worst case scenarios for losers. And I was thinking about this as just like a funny thing to think about. You earn 1 pack every 3 days in TCG Pocket for doing your daily quests. And you also earn 1 pack every 3 days in Pocket from doing your daily quests, even with the increase. So I just thought that was kind of funny. But yeah, I'm starting to slowly come around. You know, obviously my knee-jerk reaction is that they made Live worse. And yes, there's many aspects in which they made Live worse. But, you know, the fact that we're getting crystals is good. But I think my main issue is that if you don't watch my video on how to spend your crystals in TCG Live, and if you don't know that you have to buy the Shadow Rider deck, then the crystals are not useful for new players. Like, you literally have to watch my video or go on Reddit and ask people what's the best way to spend crystals, or else you can't do anything correct, because the economy is so new player unfriendly, because you have to use your crystals to open decks and packs to make sure you maximize your credits, because if you just spend your crystals on packs it's a waste because you're leaving it up to RNG. You want to maximize your credits to get the cards you actually need. So you have to funnel those crystals into credits and then use those credits to funnel them back into new cards. And it's just, they didn't make the economy less confusing for new players. And he's, oh yeah, Bell, 100%. Yeah, live is much, much, much more generous. But it used to be more generous is the problem. You used to get more rewards faster. I also showed that you get less rewards on the new Battle Pass, even though they technically added 25 tiers, but also removed 25 tiers. But yeah, I be creeping, always the Shadow Rider deck. I will have a video on Wednesday about the Charizard lead battle deck, just to update all the values and everything on that. But it's still the Shadow Rider deck. The Charizard deck will not be a good way to farm credits in TCG Live. I kind of already alluded to that. Oh, okay. But when the Charizard deck was first announced, I kind of said, yeah, this is not going to be a good way to farm credits. And that's still very true. And I'll have numbers to back that up. Okay. So here we go. We're going to have double Pokemon Catcher for game. Okay, there's another Pokemon Catcher in the deck. They either win this turn or I win next turn. Right? Because there's a Pokemon Catcher, so it's going to come down to 2 Pokemon Catchers. And you won't know this for the Twitch audience watching, but I said this in the very beginning of the intro of the video, is that every game seems to come down to Pokemon Catcher flips, not Archaludon actually being good. Right? It just comes down to, do you flip heads on Pokemon Catcher? Your win rate just went up by 25%. Do you flip tails on Pokemon Catcher? It's kind of a bad deck. But in terms of which is better between Archaludon and Hydreigon, if the pilot is good, then Archaludon is better. So I think my only real course of action is just kind of going for Archaludons, because Gengar puts damage counters on you if it's attached from hand. So I think the play is, well, that was a mistake. Actually, whatever. It was fine. It was fine. All right, so let's go for the Luxray, get rid of it. I should have just grabbed the Nest Ball and, you know, not taken my chances. But I think we'll be okay. Because this is not the worst possible matchup for this deck. It's not a good matchup, but, you know, I will use Archaludon to accelerate energy. But I think Gengar does 160, so that's really bad. But I do play Scoop Up Cyclone. I play Turo. So I can get around Gengar's ability and Gengar's attack. The reason I didn't put Relicanth and the reason I didn't put Greninja into play is because Gengar moves energy around. And yeah, you're crazy if you think there's anything wrong with live. But you have to keep in mind, I troll, I stalk. I'm like a predator. I stalked the forums and the subreddit. You know, just when you think you're safe, you feel some hot breath on your ear and your toes get wet. That's me behind you. I'm looking at all the complaints and everyone is talking about like, oh, I love it when I lose the last 3 games because live just froze. You know, live just completely froze on me. Oh, that's so cool. You know, I had game and live just froze and I couldn't get out of this. You know, I couldn't click away from this Earthen Vessel no matter how much I tried because live is such a well-made game. And bid you good day, the ranking system feels even more meaningless. Well, I'm in Master League, so I do lose a tiny bit of ranked points when I lose, but it's not good. It's very small. And I only got PDC jail a few months ago. I got plenty. Yeah, Crunchy Salt Time. If you take your time, live can be really rewarding. If you play Pocket for 3 months and live for 3 months, I think you'll be much happier with your collection on live. The problem is the game, right? And for new players, credits are the best way to improve the free decks, but instead they're giving you crystals. They remove credits from tier 0 of the last couple battle passes, and they basically removed credits from the battle pass period, which is horrible in my opinion. But that is how new players get the cards they need to upgrade the free decks, is with credits, but instead we're giving them crystals. But we don't tell them in the game what the best, way to credit farm is, so you got to watch Pilot. And Bella, well, the reason it's bad is that, yeah, you have to spend $50 to $100 on codes or else it's just not worth it. Okay, so they have knocked me out, but they're poisoned. Not that it really matters. Well, that's the same thing, right? It's the same thing. Okay, we got Night Stretcher. Let's go Archie. And then, yeah, double energy on our Archaludon. This is going to be a very interesting matchup, though. I do want to have another... Oh, right, yeah. So they're going to put a little bit of damage. That doesn't really matter. They're two-shotting me anyways. So what this battle is going to come down to... I can't really do anything. What do I want to Pal Pad? Research? Not really. I want to save the Pal Pad to hopefully do the thing. Okay, so we have the Archaludon. I have 2 energy in the discard pile. That is actually perfect. Not really. Because the strategy would be that you want to have an unevolved Duraludon, but obviously I didn't get one of those. So let's go Metal Defender. Or sorry, let's see if we can capture up the... Nobody. Let's see if we can do absolutely nothing. But the strategy with Archaludon is that you're supposed to take a hit, because you have 300 hit points, then you Turo, but the problem is that Turo sends all the energy to the discard pile, so you need to have an unevolved Duraludon, but of course they knocked out my Duraludon, and this deck never, draws basic Pokemon, so it's a little tough. And PP Jackson, you're not supposed to spend your crystals on any sets. Do not spend any money on sets. And Bella, but nobody wants to spend money, Bella. That's the problem. You're assuming that people want to spend money. I made a video about TCG Pocket, how to get free Pokégold. They did not like that. They were not a fan of Trust Your Pilot for that video. People don't want to spend money on free games. So yes, if you have $100 to spend, I can tell you the best things to buy. Just buy Pokemon Go or just a set with with a very small set size. The problem is that people don't want to spend money at all. Okay. Are you going to... Oh, please move an energy. Please do it. Oh, they don't realize what they've done. I mean, the energy moving is actually bad, but they don't know what they did. They just won me the game, basically. Because now I can Turo. Oh, they made an oopsie. Okay, and then we go Metal Defender. Take the KO. That 30 damage on the Babero is going to come back to bite me in the butt. Because of Monkey Dory. Okay, so we're good. So that's another nice thing about Archaludon. There's a lot not to like about Archaludon. But the fact that it has 300 hit points, does 220 damage, re-accelerates energy, means you can kind of... Oh, crap. And this is one of the things I don't like about it. Please, come on. Come on. Oh, okay. The bosses is fine. They can only move 1 energy with Gengar. And banned. I haven't spent any money in Pocket. I did play starting on day 1 in New Zealand, so that was the end of September. But I checked my collection. I'm still missing like 10 cards from the main set of Genetic Apex. I've opened 175 packs. I'm still missing 10 cards from the main set. I still haven't seen a God Pack, a Crown Rare, or an Immersive Rare. And out of my last 10 packs, 9 of them have not had a rare, and 1 of them had, I think, a Melmetal in it. So I do not want to spend any money in TCG. Oh, they're screwed. In TCG Pocket, because it is not great. So let's go Boss's Hors d'oeuvres on the Pecharunt, and I think that 100% has to be game. You sound salty? Of course I'm salty. I've opened 175 packs and I'm pulling nothing. It sounds like, me in my old age. I've been pulling for months and I still can't get anything to come out. So I'm still haven't spent any money. And if you did subscribe to the premium pass on day 1 in TCG Pocket, make sure you cancel it right away. Yeah, that's fine. Because you can cancel it. You can subscribe to the premium pass in Pocket right away and then cancel it and you still get the 2 weeks. So just make sure you cancel it. Otherwise, they will charge you the full $10 for a full month. And that's crazy. I don't think the value proposition is there at all. 50 cents for a pack every day. But I think what I might do is I might, you know, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to edge myself. I'm not going to stream Pocket really in December. I'm not going to stream it in January with the new sets. I'm going to let my pack points and my pack hourglasses just sort of stockpile, because I think I'm at 320 pack hourglasses. So I'm just never going to spend pack hourglasses for the next 3 months. And then when the content creators start to disappear from Pocket, I'm just going to slide deep into that hole and just get right in there. And you know, yeah, pack points are exclusive to the sets, but pack hourglasses are not. Okay, so we go PokéStop. Let's do that. I know you're going to take 20 damage. That's fine. No, that's because I do my daily quests, okay? See, again, are we just going to flip catch your heads and win? This deck seems unbeatable if you just keep flipping catch your heads. You know, but like Raging Bolt is just Archaludon, but better. Right? We're just winning because the Pokemon catch your heads. If I don't flip heads on Pokemon Catcher, we lose the first game. I mean, the second game we won because they did try to, hey, their name is Gengar and they're playing Gengar. But we did win this game because they decided to bosses. They tried to get Swifty and bosses that one on the bench and then try to be like, oh, I'm going to trap you. I'm going to get rid of your energy. And it's like, no, I got Turo, bro. So they got screwed. But yeah, it really feels like if you don't flip heads on Catcher, Archaludon is just not good. Oh my god, it's a Tatsugiri EX deck. Okay, no matter what happens in this, I am going to, I'm going to put this in the YouTube video because when's the last time you saw a Tatsugiri deck? Literally never happened. Okay, so we go Energy there, Full Metal Lab down, Squawkabilly. Unfortunately for the YouTube audience, I had a game against the Charizard deck where I went absolutely crazy on turn 1, just getting rid of everything, and then I won because they made an oopsie, so it didn't get a chance to be in the video. But I think we go... I got so many Night Stretchers, we don't need any of that. And then the Hydreigon, that was just sort of like a fun, maybe, inclusion. Because you do come up short on knockout, so I was like, okay, well, you know, this thing can do 300 damage. It can spread some damage, but I don't think it's necessary. Alright, so we got the switch, we have our Archaludons, we have energy in the discard pile, we are in there. We are doing the thing next turn. We're taking 2 prizes. So the way that Tatsugiri EX gets the energy on itself is you need Sparkling Crystal, Crispin, Manual Attachment. That's it. It is not the craziest combo. It is not out of the realm of possibility to easily use Cinnabar Lure turn 1. But, you know, you have to use Squawkabilly, you gotta use Radiant Greninja, you have to use Trekking Shoes, your supporter for turn has to be Crispin. You know, you can, yeah, that's fine, because I have Switch. Because I'm smart. I put a copy of Switch in my deck. Nobody else thought to put a Switch in their Archaludon deck. That is why you should be subscribed to me. We're also like, oh no. Okay, I'm not gonna win the game here, okay? I'm just going to Kieran to Switch. And then we're just gonna do that. And then we're just gonna hammer in. I want them to do something. I want this to be a game. I want this to be something. Okay? Stick in Mew, V. I'm gonna give you a chance. You're gonna get a second. We're not leaving until you use Cinnabar Lure. Okay, I've never faced a Tatsugiri. I want to prove to people that Tatsugiri is a terrible deck, and that's why I didn't feature it in any of my videos. They didn't... Did they prize their Sparkling Crystal? That would be so sad. Did you prize your Sparkling Crystal? Oh no. Oh no. Is it in your hand? Oh no. This is so sad. Okay, we're just gonna keep letting them do it. So even when the opponent is letting them do the thing, they can't even launch Cinnabar Lure. As I've said, Tatsugiri is terrible. There we go. Okay. They got it. We got Cinnabar Lure. Let's do this. It only took them to turn 4, but they got there. And Shining Ray damn straight. Okay. Here we go. Things are happening. Alright, so we just want to we can't knock out the Pidgeot. I think we just knock out the Tatsugiri, right? Like, what? Why wouldn't we knock out the Tatsugiri? There's Rigid Band. That's good. Okay, so I have the Switch. I have the Pal Pad. I have the bosses. 200. I mean, they're going to be doing 200. That's 173.40. So the Rigid Band doesn't matter in this situation. I think I get rid of Rigid Band. And what are my supporters in the discard pile? Who cares? Well, let's let it ride, baby. We're taking 2 prizes. Who even cares? We're not even trying to win this one. We already won this game. Like, even if we lose this one, did we really lose this one? You know, even if it says we got defeated, you know, the defeat won't be in my mouth. Am I right? All right, so we'll go Metal Defender. But again, this is another problem with Tatsugiri, is that even if you use Cinnabar Lure and it's good, you have a 160 hit point 2-prizer just sitting there in the active, right? It has 160 hit points, it gives up 2 prizes, and you're wasting all of your resources just to put energy on this thing, and then you forget, oh wait, I also have to put energy on the Pokemon that I put into play. Yeah, what good is having a mouth if you can't put defeat in it? You know, why does Trust Your Pilot suck so much at Pokemon cards? Because he loves the taste of defeat. But yeah, like, I understand Dusknoir, that's good. Togekiss is good in Tatsugiri. Pidgeot gets you what you need. Is Hydreigon the play, though? Because you have to assume you're going to have to use Sparkling Crystal on Tatsugiri to launch the attack. So then how do you use Crashing Headbutt? You have to get Dark Patch and a manual attachment, but you play so many different types of energy. Okay, well, they got it. They had Crispin. That's good. Okay. We're still winning. We got Lost Vacuum. I don't think that matters at all. All right. All right. Crashing Headbutt. This, if they hit... Oh my... There's no freaking way. Please flip heads. Please flip heads. Oh my god. They just hit triple supporters. Are you freaking kidding me? So, you know, there goes all my supporters. You know, no big deal. Who needs supporters to win Pokemon cards? Alright, so let's get rid of... I think Nest Ball, and let's just get rid of Lost Vacuum. We don't need it. Archaludon. Oh wait, do I not have it? Oh, I don't have it right now. Wow. The fact that they hit 3 supporters is crazy to me. And they just kind of win the game as a result. Alright, so let's go 1, 2. And then we go 1, 2. I think Maximum Belt. Nest Ball. Let's put Duraludon down. And then I think I bosses the Togekiss. And just sort of make their life a little bit more tough? I was trying to say difficult and tough. Okay, so, you know, this is what happens. Whenever I just try to have fun and throw my opponent a boner, this always happens. You know, stream veterans know that, oh yeah, pilots being nice to their opponent, this is not going to end well. Okay, so they just retreat. They do 2 hundo. But I am going to take a knockout because I have Relicanth. That's what they don't understand. Oh, okay, don't go for Relicanth. Go for Squawk. Okay, that's fine, that's fine. You don't have a backup attacker. You have to flip heads here to win. Please, please don't flip heads to win. Please, please. Just have a little bit of mercy. Oh my god. Oh god. Okay, so when you flip heads on Togekiss, Tatsugiri's still terrible. But, like, they hit Research and 2 Iono on their 1 discard. This is why you never give your opponent a chance. This is why you should show no mercy. You know, pretend you're a wrestler. Show no mercy. That's a WWE joke. Okay, so I should not have done that. I should have just taken the win, but then I wouldn't have a game for YouTube. And fun is having, you know, this is all about having fun, okay? We're just out here having fun, enjoying ourselves. I showed you a Tatsugiri deck that won. When have you ever seen that? All right, this should be a very interesting game here because I have Archaludon. Do I just hit into the Pikachu EX with Hammer In and I limit the amount of liabilities? the Squawka liabilities. All right, so let's go Revavroom to draw cards. I do like the Revavroom. Okay. So I can evolve and knock out somebody, or I can just use Hammer In and be like, yeah, you want to go for my Squawkabilly? Go for it. But Pikachu is a bad matchup for, I believe, this build specifically, because I don't play Full Metal Lab, I don't play Rigid Band, so they are doing 300 damage. So I do kind of have to Hammer In. And even though Archaludon reminds you... Yeah, wait. No one's ever thought of this. We had Duraludon VMAX, and then we had a Archaludon EX. Has that ever happened before? It must have, right? Where a Pokemon got an EX and then they gave an evolution. But we had Duraludon VMAX, and the problem is that I keep thinking Metal Defender goes through all effects. So I keep thinking Metal Defender, its secondary effect is that it will go through Pikachu's ability. But no, Archaludon's Metal Defender stops its weakness. No, that doesn't count. I meant like Duraludon, they're doing an ass landing. They're not ready for what my ass is about to do to them. Yeah, that's just so weird, right? We had Duraludon VMAX, which was a good card. And then we go into Archaludon EX, does the same amount of damage. But it's a little confusing to someone who played Duraludon so much. And then, yeah, let's just take the KO, I guess. Because Pikachu is trash. You know, Pikachu is super trash. Yeah, Edward, exactly. Yeah, there's a G-Max form of Duraludon. And so I decided to throw in this Archaludon because you don't play switch cards. Like if you're playing, oh my god, PDC Joe. If you're playing an Archaludon deck, your only potential switch cards are Prime Catcher or Scoop Up Cyclone. You don't play actual switches unless you're cool and you do the thing. So I think this is an interesting card just to give you free retreat, allow you to, go into a new attacker that doesn't need Turo or Prime Catcher or anything. But this is a bit of an awkward matchup right now. Right? Because, I mean, even if you have the Rigidify Varoom. If I had an attacking Varoom or something, then we'd be okay. But are they going for it? Yeah, they're going for the Happy Switch. They're doing 300. But I can Iono them, and they don't really have a response to that. Because they've evolved both of their Noctowl. They're going to have a Pikachu with nothing. So they're just kind of praying at this point. And Edward, do you believe the changes are more positive than negative? And them changing the economy is better than 90% of updates we've gotten in the past? I think it's worse. Because, I did math. As we all know, I do struggle sometimes in that regard. But I did math. I snorted that math so hard. But I think it's worse. Okay, so let's go Artisan, see what's in the deck. Like, just from an empirical, mathematical standpoint... You get 15 less packs from the new Battle Pass, which I think is just random and weird, and I don't like it. But yeah, you do receive more crystals, but the only reason you receive more crystals is because you don't receive coins anymore. Okay, so let's go Radiant Greninja into play. I think I have to Iono them. I think we go Earthen Vessel away the... I mean, they're not going to boss trap me, right? They're not going to boss trap me. Before energy in the discard, I think I just attach to that one. Go for the Iono. And if I get an energy, we'll be fine. I have an Archaludon, so we're really good. Right? They have to do like a million different things this turn, and this was always the problem with Pikachu EX that I ran into. Is that, yeah, you can use Topaz Bolt once, but then how do you do it a second time? Right? Even with a Sparkling Crystal reducing the attack cost by 1, you need to get a Glass Trumpet. Are they retreating? They're retreating. Okay. Yeah, the update is not... I agree with you. Yeah, the update is not perfect. Okay, so let's just go Catcher, flip heads, because that's all we do. All we do is flip heads, baby. Okay, I was joking. I thought we were going to flip tails there 100%. But that's how we do it. And I guess I should use the Night Stretcher for Revavroom here. Because we're going to go down to 2 prizes. It's not guaranteed that I win this one. Because I can't one-shot a Blissey, and I can't one-shot a Pikachu. So the fact that Pikachu is just not a good deck is what's potentially going to win us this one. Yeah, I think maybe I just attach. Is there a reason for that? No? Yes? No. Yes. No. The parrot. Okay. All right, so then we go Metal Defender. I could have even used a supporter. That's crazy. But the reason I'm holding off from evolving is that I don't want to have too many 2 prize liabilities. Though I guess maybe I should have evolved. Because an Archaludon with 3 energy is ready to go. Like me after I pop a pill. I don't think I need to worry. Like, this is going to come down to Strategery. Right? Because they're not playing, like, Charon's Care. I don't remember Pikachu all that well. I've blocked that from my memory. And Edward, yeah, I think that's another cool thing, is we can have differing opinions, but still get to the same place. It's like, you know, I can run the race, you know, with my head down, bare feet, looking at everyone else's feet. You can run it backwards. You know, we still get to the same conclusion that, you know, live isn't a perfect game and that some of the choices they make are very weird. But I can at least admit that, yes, the update did make some improvements to PDCGL, but the thing is, it's not like they reach out to the community and say, hey, do you want to vote on these? You know, what's your feedback on these potential updates? You know, well, can we get your feedback? We want to know, oh, what if we did this? It's just, we just do things and then you have to deal with it. Thank you, Edward. And Jolly Rogers, I will restart the stream 1-for-1. Okay, so my opponent's not here. They just couldn't bridge the gap. I had that pun locked and loaded, but I never had a finish to that pun. Just kind of fizzled out. So yeah, we beat off a Pikachu EX deck. I will end the game here, and I'm sorry. You know, you're just gonna have to keep edging yourself. That's the perfect thing to do in November. I know I did a Cerule Edge deck and a Double Edge Zoomeril deck. You're just gonna have to keep edging yourself. I'm sorry.